He's a business person and an entertainer. Ronald Reagan was an entertainer, and so that made him a great communicator because he could stick to his lines. So Trump is a modern interpretation of that, and he's, more authentic.
So you talked to the president-elect. You saw him down in Florida.
Yes.
What's he like when the cameras are off? Is he the same?
No, very warm, very kind, complimentary, and a good listener. And he's very receptive to different ideas. Our discussion was more him asking and listening. And we talked about a number of issues. One of the things we talked about, which is very important to me, is equal access to economic opportunity for minorities and women. And he was very receptive to that. He expressed a deep commitment to it.
So he agrees with you?
Yes, and is prepared to take some bold steps, which we'll see early in his administration.
Is he going to help working people?
Yeah, look, being a real estate developer is a very interesting profession because it doesn't require a very strong, specific skill set. It requires an understanding of very broad issues. But you assemble these experts who are the best in their fields, and then you give them the autonomy and you produce a building that's successful, hopefully. I think he'll run the country that way. And one of the number one things about building buildings and building them well is getting good value for your money.
Right.
So I think we'll see a much more efficient government that's going to be able to do more with the money they have.
You raised money for President Obama when he was running, and you have advised him on economic issues. You probably don't agree 100% with Donald Trump on his social platform, do you?
Look, there are a number of social issues confronting this country and confront the president on a daily basis. And so I, just like many other Americans, have a specific area of focus. And I'll tell you something that people have been focused on. African American turnout in this election was down 11%. Mm-hmm. Over 2 million less African Americans voted in the general election.
Why do you think?
Because I think that they were turned off and not engaged by the message of Clinton, and so they were not willing to vote for her. And so they were giving Donald Trump a chance because they were not coming out to vote against him. Minorities and women are upwardly mobile focused.
Right.
And I think that they wanted to kind of try something different.
Do you think he's going to have the policies that are going to allow African Americans, women, minorities, millennials to be upwardly mobile again?
He has the capacity to do it, and of any president, in modern time, he has the best business knowledge, and he's expressed a desire to do it. And look, up until the wire, he was competing for African American votes, offering a new deal for Black America. Even his statement about, Black America or African Americans, what in the hell do you have to lose? Well, that was a powerful question because he was talking.
But it offended a lot of people.
I wasn't offended by it. Look, and I'm not struggling. But I do understand as a community, when we look at these measurements economically, in terms of economic success, household net worth, household income, personal income, home ownership, education, and you look at African Americans being at the bottom, well, is there any further place to drop than the bottom? And so I think you've got to start trying something differently. And he was doing it in a confrontational Trump way of doing it, but he was saying, give me a chance.